Most people have never heard of Commtrac. What exactly is it?
Commtrac is honestly the hardest thing to define right out the gates because it pulls so many different domains into one brand, one project name. The closest thing I could compare it to for other developers or fintechs out there is an open banking API. The closest thing I can compare it to for a retailer, who doesn't understand banking or payments is a payment network, right? But at its core, what it is by definition is settlement infrastructure, right? So we deal with banking connectivity, just tech only. We do not hold money. We're not an MSB, so it's a tech-forward banking project.
Walk us through Commtrac's product lineup, and when are they expected to roll out?
The first product on Commtrac's lineup is the Commtrac API. And what that does is it offers merchants banking connectivity to their clients' bank accounts. This goes far past read-only access. It also touches on payment initiation, right? So a merchant could literally initiate a Swift wire from their customer's bank account. Any local RTP payment, so in Canada we have Interact e-transfer, that would be an Interact e-transfer to the merchant. And it also allows the merchant to put metadata on wire transfer memos and any bank transfer memo, right? So that metadata gets preserved, which is a huge feature because nowadays merchants can't do that. They can't trust the clients to properly paste transfer memos into their own payments, right? It's just a big operational mess. Clients delete the memos, they don't do it right. So the Commtrac API does that precisely and it preserves that. The coolest part about this is that you would also be able to send a transfer to anybody overseas. So let's say you're in Canada, I'm in Japan, and you want to send me $5,000 over the Swift network. All you would need is my email address. You wouldn't have to ask me for my Swift details, my beneficiary address, or whatever it is. It's as simple as having my email. The second product on our list is Commtrac Clearing. So what that is just a local node that runs on the merchant servers, and it has access to the merchant's corporate account. And this does not touch our cloud at all, so their data is safe. What it does is it gets notified the second a payment is initiated. So they're actually able to look at that data and clear against it, and it automatically matches the incoming metadata that the merchant injected to the client that paid, right? So they can instantly clear it and they can recalibrate on the back end in existing CRM systems. The third is the most controversial one on our product line, which is the Commtrac POS machine. A lot of people say it's a bit freaky and it's a bit too futuristic, but I think it's actually the most interesting one. The Commtrac POS machine, what it is a palm scanner. And let's say you go to a Cactus Club cafe and you want to pay for your dinner. You will be able to literally scan your palm on the Commtrac POS machine. An Interact e-transfer would leave your account and then land right into the merchant's account, right? And this allows merchants to skip payment processing fees, Visa fees, and we're only charging 10 cents a transaction on this one, so it's very cost effective for the merchant. The fourth product is Commtail, which is our financial messaging language. This enables instant settlements and it taps into the digital reserve unit's pre-funded liquidity pools. So any outbound cash flow, let's say an FX broker or merchant that has to get money to a client, would be able to be settled instantaneously, right? Like usually cross-border transfers, they take 3 days, 2 days. With this, the moment the merchant wants it settled, it's settled in the client's hands.
So who exactly is Commtrac actually for?
Commtrac on day one is built for OTC desks, crypto exchanges, forex brokers, and trading firms, tier 1 commercial banks, and anybody who really needs to move money, even for P2P networks. So eventually we want to expand it into X2X.
Where do you believe the industry is headed in the next decade, and where do you see this project leading the next 5 to 10 years?
I think the industry will be a lot different in the next decade. I think PAMM scanners will definitely be a thing, which is why we're releasing the PAMM Commtrac POS machine. I think in terms of money, I don't think blockchain will be adopted in the same way, in a way a lot of people might think. I don't think things will be tokenized. I think banking cannot and will not stay the way it is today. And the truth is, I don't know exactly what it will look like. I hope it looks like Commtrac is everywhere, of course. But I don't know. There's just so many competing protocols right now. So many competing, there's so much competition in this game where we cannot know. But I hope Commtrac is at that forefront.
What prevents someone larger from copying Commtrac?
Well, you know what? In terms of larger competitors, I'm not worried about, because they are simply too big to take on the risk. They're too big to do what we're doing without risking a significant piece of business or being tied up in a boardroom for the next 18 months, right? Because all of these big fintechs, all of our bigger competitors, they're tied into open banking APIs. They're tied into financial regulations that they cannot just adapt out of, right? So it's not something that they can just decide to do and wake up and do it. And if they do, then maybe 10% of what we're doing. But our product line is so diverse and it's so dynamic that it just makes it very, very difficult for a larger giant to come in and just replicate what we're doing.
What keeps you awake at night as a founder?
Honestly, the sole fact that I have so much in my head that I want to express to the world, and I know the world cannot see it yet. And you know, I can make so many connections. I can pull so many connections together, not just about this industry, but so many other industries. And sometimes I feel like I'm living 50 years ahead, and I cannot get the rest of the world to see what I'm seeing. And the only way I can do that is through building companies. And that's the only real way I can express myself, right? And building companies and making them successful takes time. And now that I've gotten older, I know that it takes time, and you have to have patience. So the time between what's in my head to becoming a reality, the fact that I know how long it's going to take, that's what kills me and tears me apart, is that nobody can see fully what I'm seeing yet. Not my own investors, not my developers, not my co-founders, not my executives, nobody, right? So that's definitely what keeps me up at night.